Hi guys, it's Nadia. Hope you all are doing well. Before I get started talking about the painting, I just wanted to let you know that I'm having a 10% off coupon for my shop. I'll leave a link in the description below, and the coupon code is thank you, all one word. Anyway, let's get started talking about the painting. So the painting itself is part of my Chinese, can't speak, my Chinese Zodiac series. This one is Year of the Dragon. Sorry, that blob was my cat. She jumps up a few times throughout the video. The reason why I take her down is because her tail gets in the way of the painting, but she tries really hard to not actually step on the painting, which is nice. Anyway, so yes, here I'm just inking the piece. I kind of work all over the place. I don't really have a system down, which I probably should. I have a really bad habit of not planning my pieces before I start them. This one, I did a couple of thumbnail sketches for it, but I really should have done more planning than that. I really need to get into the habit of doing thumbnails, a preliminary sketch, and doing a color study before I get started with the painting. It wasn't a huge deal with this one. There were a couple times that I went over the same thing a few times because I didn't like how it looked color-wise. And I feel like if I had planned things, I would have saved a little bit of time and a little bit of paint. The next piece of the Chinese Zodiac piece that I want to do is the tiger. So I'm really gonna force myself with that one to plan it out a little bit, go further than just a couple of quick little thumbnails, experiment a bit, and see if the process is a little bit smoother for me next time. But yeah, this one, it went well. Like I said, there was just a couple of times that it's kind of like, well, now I'm going over the same thing twice, or thrice, 3 times. I'm pretty sure thrice is a real word, but it sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? I'm sorry about the lighting in this part. It's because it was dark outside, so I turned on my lamp. I really want to invest in some nicer lighting equipment so that the videos don't look really weird for you guys. Anyway, oh, see, like this part. Okay, so I painted in the background some red, and I ended up not liking it, so I covered it in blue with a couple of layers. And yes, if I had done a color study beforehand, I most likely wouldn't have had to do that. Of course, there's no guarantee. Even if you plan things out, we're bound to change our minds about, how we want a painting to look. It's gonna happen. But I do this with the hair even. I painted her hair purple because I thought it'd be really cool. I love colorful hair. I have blue hair, and I end up covering the purple with my Pentel pocket brush pen anyway, because I didn't feel like it had enough value and I really wanted more blacks in there. And then later on you'll see that when I paint the dragon, I put some blue on the middle of his body. I really didn't like how that looked and ended up covering it up anyway. So that's really the main reason why I want to push myself to be a planner. And if I ever, want to get into being a freelance artist for companies, then, oh, there's my face. Sorry, I had just gotten out of the shower, which is why my hair's so messy. I promise I am not a slob. Anyway, if I ever want to work with companies, freelancing, they want to see sketches and thumbnails and things like that. So I really need to get into the habit of it. If you guys catch me not doing it, you need to just yell at me in the comments. Be like, Nadia, you said you were gonna get better at this. Why aren't you? Anyway, here I'm painting the hanbok. That's a Korean traditional dress. They're really, really beautiful, and they're actually very comfortable. I don't currently have one. I outgrew the last one that I had. They're not exactly cheap, which is why I don't have one as an adult, but one day I shall. But yeah, I just wanted this handbook to be fairly simple. It's not the simplest design that you can get. It has, you know, some flowers and stuff on it. But at some point, I really want to do some paintings with the more royal looking handbooks, because they are just gorgeous. It's just really intimidating to try to get all that detail in. Anyway, you guys should look up some pictures. They're really, really pretty. Anyway, here I'm painting the dragon. Started off with putting some red down, and there's that little bit of blue that I end up covering with a kind of orangish color. I think it worked out for the better in this case though, because it gave it kind of a muted tone underneath, whereas if I hadn't had that underneath there, then it would probably be a little too vibrant in that area, which is not where the focal point needs to be. So it usually works out for the better. But I mean, even there, I started painting as, they're not spikes, whatever lining along his spine would be called. I painted it, and then I dabbed it up with a paper towel because I didn't like the color, painted it, and then I ended up going over them with the gold ink anyway. That I went over 3 different times. And here I am putting down thicker lines, but looking at it now, watching my process, I almost kind of regret it. I kind of liked how it looked with the thinner lines. Not that I don't like how it looks with the thicker lines, but I don't know. And it's so hard because when you're working on a piece and you've been working on it, it's really good to just take some time and step away from it so that you can come back with a fresh mind. And I really didn't do that with this piece. I think that was probably part of the problem that I was having with it. I don't know, I think, you know, to keep a consistent look and style to this series, I'll probably stick with the thick, dark outlines. But honestly, at some point, I think I want to redo this series and try doing it with a combination of watercolor and gouache. So it has a more storybook illustrative look instead of, I don't know what kind of illustration look this is actually. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know what I mean, and I'm so sorry if I'm not making sense, but just kind of where things are still outlined, but they're outlined with similar colors to what is being outlined. I just think that would look really, really pretty. But yeah, I mean, I like the look of this too. I don't know. I'll probably never make up my mind what I like better. Maybe I will. I'm just putting on the finishing touches here, adding some nice little details, and then I go in with a white gel pen to add some really bright highlights to the hair and the eyes and things like that. And I really like the look of outlining around a black outline with white. I just think it adds a nice kind of graphic look. But yeah, I'm so sorry if I rambled. I hope you enjoy me talking over these and kind of explaining my thoughts behind it. If you don't, please let me know in the comments. I mean, don't be mean about it, but just let me know if you just want to listen to music instead. That's totally fine. Here it is, I'm signing it. And then, yeah, you'll be able to see the full piece here in a moment. And don't forget I'm having a sale in my shop, and if you have any questions, please comment down below or get a hold of me. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!